Triple header. Gordon had been difficult. He had caused confusion and delay when he and Henry had switched jobs. The Fat Controller ordered Gordon to pull goods trains and the Flying Kipper until he learnt to behave, whilst Henry continued to pull the Express. Thomas, however, was cross. "It's still not fair," puffed Thomas. "I shunt Gordon and Henry's trains every morning, then I have to work on my branch line all day and collect coal in the evening. It's really not fair." One morning at the shed, Henry wasn't well. His driver and fireman checked him all over, but they couldn't seem to make him start. Thomas arrived at the big station to find the Fat Controller and a workman on the platform. "We've no spare engine except Thomas," the workman told the Fat Controller, "but he can't pull the train on his own." "Then Percy shall help," the Fat Controller replied. "That still won't be enough, sir. Perhaps with Duck the train might manage. It's only as far as the yard. There's sure to be a spare engine there." So the three engines were coupled together, Percy in front, with Duck and Thomas behind. Then the guard blew his whistle, and slowly but surely the train began to move. Come on, fussed Percy. "We're doing it," puffed Duck. "Pull harder," grumbled Thomas. The heavy train drew out to the platform. The engines couldn't go as fast as Gordon or Henry, but the passengers didn't mind. They knew Percy, Duck and Thomas were doing their best. Soon they began to feel the strain, and it all proved too much for Percy. His driver blew his whistle and stopped the train. "You've burst your safety valve," his driver said. "We can't take you off the train now. Duck and Thomas will just have to do the best they can. It isn't far now." This made things much harder for the other two, and they felt the pressure. Soon the station was in eyesight. We've done it, cried Thomas. But he spoke too soon. They had just arrived in the yard when Duck found he couldn't go any further. Thomas couldn't pull the train on his own, and the cavalcade came to a standstill, a few yards short of the station. "And we were so close," Percy sighed. There, watching from the yard, was Gordon. "He's ought to say something to us," grumbled Thomas. The Fat Controller, who had been on the train, stumbled out. "Well done, you three," he said. "You did very well to get this far, and as for you, Thomas, you have been working hard lately. So as a reward, you'll solely be working on your branch line with Annie and Clarabel. No more shunting, and no more coal trains. That should be less exhausting." "Oh, thank you, sir," replied Thomas. Duck, Percy and Thomas were uncoupled from the train, and James took their place. As the tank engines moved silently away, Gordon looked at Thomas, smiled and winked. He didn't need to say anything. Thomas knew he had gained respect from Gordon, and Gordon realised he needed to change his behaviour.